Good afternoon, cadets. It's Lieutenant Colonel Baker here. And now we're on lesson 3 in the health and fitness, nutrition. Okay, judging from these pictures, you see this girl's drinking water. You got healthy fruits here. You got vegetables and whole grains. Okay. Okay, as always, the essential question is, how can you improve your nutrition? Okay. I know some of the things that I do right now are I could change to improve my nutrition. Okay, working on it. I mean, we all have these things that we deal with. Okay, so think about what you know about nutrition already. Okay. Everybody has certain views that they already hold, especially when it comes to proper nutrition. Okay, so if you are what you eat, which picture below most accurately represents you? Fast food junkie or a health food fanatic, or in the middle? I can tell you I'm in the middle. I like a good fast food meal every once in a while, but not all the time. Especially when you're out driving on the road long distances, it seems like that's all we eat is fast food stuff, and I just get tired of it. Okay, so here's our learning objectives for this class. A lot of words down here that we're going to define: appetite, calories, carbohydrates, cholesterol. As a matter of fact, let's just go into that right now. Okay. So, a word obese, that is somebody who is very overweight, not just overweight. Okay. President Trump is considered borderline obese. Appetite, psychological desire for food. Okay. We all need food, which is converted into energy to live. Okay. We can live without food longer than we can without water. Hunger, that's the physical need for food. That's when your stomach growls. Nutrients, substances in food that your body needs. Calories, a measure of the energy in food. Carbohydrates, yeah, that's a bad word it seems like nowadays, but your body needs carbohydrates. Sugars and starches that provide your body with most of its energy. Protein, a nutrient your body uses to build, repair, and maintain cells and tissues. Legumes, the group of vegetables that include beans, peas, and lentils. Essential amino acids, small units that make up protein that the body cannot make. They must come from the food you eat. Saturated fats, fats that are solid at room temperature. Unsaturated fats, fats that are liquid at room temperature. Cholesterol, a waxy substance used by the body to build cells and hormones and to protect nerve fibers. Hydration, providing enough water to maintain a correct fluid balance. Electrolytes, substances that help control fluid levels and maintain normal potassium levels in the body. Trans fats, artificial fats made when hydrogen gas reacts with oil. Okay, so we defined all of those. Let's move on to the next slide here. All right, so now you need to complete exercise 1. Okay. It's your favorite foods. Complete the table below by listing your top 10 favorite foods. Complete the columns for the number of times a week you eat the food and check the healthy column if you consider it a healthy food. Save this exercise. You'll use it later in the lesson. Okay, my favorite food, number one, is popcorn. I usually eat it one time a week. Healthy depends on what type of popcorn I eat. Okay. Okay. Did you know that most people in our nation are healthy and strong? However, about 1/3 of Americans do not have a healthy diet. According to the Centers for Disease Control, 34% of adult Americans are obese. Young people are not immune to the problem of weight control. About 20% of young people aged 12 through 19 years are obese. One of the most difficult things for young people to do is to eat healthy. In this lesson, you'll learn about what influences the food you eat, what makes up a healthy diet, and how to analyze nutritional information on prepared foods. So remember, obese is very overweight. Right? All right, so think about why you eat certain foods. Appetite is the psychological desire for food. Okay? When you go into a movie theater, what's the first thing that you usually smell? That's right, that popcorn cooking. Okay? And that odor, excuse me, stimulates your appetite and you want to eat it, regardless if you're not hungry at all. Okay? That's a psychological factor. That's what happens to me. It's very hard for me to go to a movie without getting some popcorn, especially if it's cooked fresh right in front of me. I'm a sucker for it. And hunger. Okay, appetite is different from hunger. When you are hungry, your brain sends a signal to look for something to eat. You may hear your stomach growl or feel a little discomfort. Sometimes it's called the hunger pain. Okay. Whereas appetite is a psychological desire for food and is stimulated by smell, sight, or texture of food. Okay, so the slow hunger switch to the brain. Okay. Your stomach needs about 20 minutes to send a message back to the brain to turn off the hunger switch. This is why they tell you to eat slow and chew at least each mouthful 5 to 10 times. Okay. The problem is when you're really hungry, and this is my problem, I'll eat really, really fast. Unfortunately, the Army conditioned us that we've never had much time to eat, so we would have to shovel our food in. Okay, that's a bad habit to have, and I admit I have it. So when I'm hungry, I will eat really fast and a lot. And by that time, you see that 20 minutes, okay, my hunger switch hadn't been shut off till I've eaten too much, okay? You'll see that right there. This may cause some people to overeat if they eat too fast. That's me. Okay. Remember, try to chew each mouthful 5 to 10 times. The act of actually chewing it that long slows you down so you won't eat your food as fast. Okay. So what do you think influences your food choices? Okay, we all have different food likes and dislikes. Okay. What you like can be influenced by how you were raised or eating at home and what food is available. I had a friend growing up on our soccer team. His family always had Little Debbie snack cakes, oatmeal cream pies, Twinkies, all that stuff around. My family didn't. So whenever I went over there, I was like, I'd eat the heck out of that junk food. To them, it wasn't anything because it was around constantly. But for me, that was like a big deal. Okay. Okay. Here's a problem that I have. Food can meet emotional needs. Some people, when they get angry or upset, they turn to food to help them soothe them. Okay? Chocolate is a big thing to eat when you're emotionally upset. Okay? And I'm a bored eater. If I'm bored and sitting in front of the TV, if I have a whole bag of nachos, Doritos, I'm going to eat the whole thing. I'm not going to just eat a little bit and put it away. So I don't try to buy large bags of Doritos because I know my pattern of eating. Okay? But it says the Kaiser Family Foundation studied 13 television networks and found that 34% of food and drink commercials were for candy and snacks. Another 29% were for cereal and 10% for beverages. Only 8% were for dairy and prepared foods. Combine this advertising with the easy access to fast food stores and drive-through restaurants that offer tasty but unhealthy foods with high amounts of sugar and fat, and it's easy to see why so many people eat poorly. We're influenced by advertising, whether you think so or not. Right? Why do you think Monsters are so popular? It's because of their advertising campaign. These food companies know what they're doing, okay? You know, what influences your food choices? Your family and friends. Hey, if your buddy loves to go to McDonald's all the time and you go with him, it's going to affect your food choice, right? Cultural background, definitely where you come from has an effect. You see that sushi right here, okay? Maybe they are from Japan, okay? Look at what you eat for Thanksgiving and how you're affected by your cultural background. Also, food availability. It seems like processed food is easier and cheaper to buy than whole food, fruits and vegetables and things like that. And it's if you don't have much time, you're going to go for that fast food to get something to eat, or that frozen dinner to put in the microwave. Boom, there's your food. Now, there are certain choices that you can make at fast food that are healthy. Now, you just have to be careful the amount that you eat, and also depending on what type of frozen dinners that you buy, there are healthy alternatives. Okay, and then the last one you see is time and money. Okay, money and time. We all suffer from that if you're limited with time and you got to eat something. Okay. Also, stress eating. I don't know how many of you people are stress eaters, that when you get stressed out, then you reach for something to help soothe you in that time of stress. Chocolate is a big one, or other types of candy, which are just basically empty calories that you're eating. All right. Here we have, we talked a little bit about the advertising. Hey, I'm telling you, man. Have you ever tried a food because you heard it from the radio or television or saw an internet ad? I saw some of the, like Wendy's just now has that pretzel bun burger. I'm going to get it. I'll try it once because of the advertising. I'm a victim usually one time for advertising. If it's good, then I'll go back to it. Okay? Your personal preferences, texture of food has a big play into that. My oldest son hates marshmallows because of the texture of them. Okay. Also, you know, health issues. Okay, my son has diabetes now. He got it 4 months ago, so he's had to change his whole diet now. He loved him some sugar and carbohydrates, and now he has to change his whole lifestyle because of his disease. Okay? And then you got to understand the nutrition. We're going to go over the labels and how to read them. And then your emotions, right? If you're stressed, happy, bored, unhappy, all of those things have a play in what you're going to eat. Okay. So why does your body need nutritious food? That's pretty self-explanatory, right? It needs nutritious food so you can function at maximum peak efficiency. Okay. And there are certain nutrients that your body will not make that you need to get it from outside sources, okay? But not all foods are high in nutrients, and we all know that. When we were deployed to Afghanistan, I swear all of us talked about eating a Whopper for so long. And then when we got back home, we walked 2 miles to get to Burger King at Fort Hood. And all of us had 2 Whoppers with cheese and French fries because we hadn't had fast food for so long and we were craving it so bad. Okay? And that's what food companies want you to do. They want you to crave their food so you'll buy them and keep buying them. So you're a repeat customer. Okay. But you need nutritious foods for new cells, your strong bones, teeth, right? Energy to do things. This is a big one, healing from illness or injury. If you've tore your ligaments or something and you're so sad and you just start eating just chips and soda and all that stuff, you're not going to heal as fast as if you would actually eat correctly. Okay. And you gotta, a lot of young people, they say you need more calcium. Big thing that leaches calcium from your bones is soda. Okay. Those carbonated drinks do that, whether you realize it or not. Well, now you understand that they do. Right? And then we talk about the breakfast benefit. We all heard that, right? Teens that eat breakfast often perform better in school and sports and have healthier weights. By eating breakfast, you can increase your memory, stay focused, and feel less grouchy and restless. So, I eat a bowl of Fiber One at 4 in the morning before I go to the gym because I need the energy that those carbohydrates provide so I can get a good workout, but it also fills me up later on to where I'm not hungry until about 10:30, 11 o'clock. And then I'm going to eat another snack because my lunch hour is now at 12:15. Okay? But here's the 6 categories of nutrients: carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, and water. Okay, those are the things that you need from the nutrients. All right, so which of the following may be stimulated by the smell, sight, or texture of food? That's right, you guessed it. Remember, appetite. It's that emotional response, okay? Not hunger. Okay, that's the actual physical need for food. Which of the following is not an important role of nutrients? That's right, they clean the pancreas. That's not. Okay, they give you energy and they build new tissues and they help your body's processes run smoothly. All right. True or false? Using food to deal with negative emotions is a healthy way to respond to these feelings. Yeah, you got it. False, right? It causes you to overeat, and usually bad food that you're not going to overeat on a bunch of kale or vegetables. You're going to overeat on that processed food, Twinkies, ding dongs, Swiss cake rolls from Little Debbie, which are my favorite. Okay. Renee was studying in her room after dinner. Her parents were watching TV in the living room. When Renee walked past the living room to get a glass of water, she saw images of a pepperoni pizza and a group of people eating and laughing. By the time Renee got to the kitchen, she wanted more than a glass of water. She was craving something salty, crispy, or spicy. What is the most likely influence on Renee's sudden change in appetite? That's right, advertising. Okay. By the way, it used to be when you were at a movie theater, they would advertise subliminal messages while you were watching the movie about popcorn or buying things at the snack shop. So you're like, oh, yeah, I could really use some popcorn. You go buy it. And they actually outlawed that. If you notice, when you go to a movie theater now, it's before the movie starts. They have that little thing about buying popcorn or getting a cold drink before the movie starts. True or false? Calories are a measure of how overweight you are. That's right, that's false. Okay, calories are just a measure of energy based upon the food that you eat. Right? So think about the factors that influence what you eat. And we've talked about some of them already. Let's go to exercise number 2. Okay, here's your food influences. Consider the factors that affect your food choices. In the rating column, enter a number from 0 to 1 to 10, indicating how strongly each factor affects what you eat. For advertising, I would probably put a 9, because man, I am a sucker for advertising. Okay. And then here, emotions, probably a 10, right? That's me. All right, so why do you think some people are more easily influenced by others about their food choices? Well, when you're married, it seems like the wife influences the husband more on where they're going to eat, just because he just wants his wife to be happy, okay? But, friends can influence each other on what they're going to eat. It says, in your opinion, why are there so many TV food ads for candy and snacks instead of healthy food? Because, candy and snacks are a reward. The way our society, the way I grew up was you got rewarded with dessert or a candy or some type of sugary snack. You didn't get rewarded with a plate of vegetables. That was eat your vegetables so you can have your dessert. So you had to eat all your vegetables before you could get something that you really wanted. All right, so what are the categories of food nutrients? Okay, here we have listed them right here. So carbohydrates, okay? Carbohydrates are the sugars and starches that provide your body with most of its energy. Carbohydrates can be either simple or complex. A simple carbohydrate is sugar, baby. Love me some sugar, okay? Simple carbohydrates are found in sugar, honey, jams, fruit juice, soft drinks, and candy. Right? Now, complex carbohydrates or starches are found in legumes, whole grains, and vegetables. Okay? As your body digests complex carbohydrates, it breaks them down into simple sugars, which are absorbed into the bloodstream to provide energy. Complex carbohydrates break down slower than simple carbohydrates, which is why they are better at providing a steady level of energy. Okay? Many junk foods and processed foods are high in simple carbohydrates. We all need carbohydrates, but as we've seen, not all carbohydrates are equal. Okay? For a healthy diet, you need to get 45 to 65% of your daily calories from fiber-rich fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and legumes. Okay? So proteins. Proteins are nutrients your body uses to build, repair, and maintain cells and tissues. They also help your body fight disease and provide energy when your body doesn't get it enough from other sources. Foods from animal sources such as meat, fish, poultry, eggs, milk, cheese, and yogurt contain complete proteins. These are proteins that provide all the essential amino acids. Amino acids are small units that make up protein. Your body can produce most amino acids on its own. The remaining ones are called essential amino acids, must come from the foods you eat. Okay? So fats. Fats are nutrients that provide energy and many functions for your body. They carry certain vitamins and promote healthy skin and normal growth. Foods that are high in fats are also tend to be high in calories. Okay, for this reason, healthy experts generally recommend that any eating plan include only moderate amounts of fats. Okay, now in fats you have saturated fats, unsaturated fats. Okay, Saturated fats they're solid at room temperature, and they're found mostly in animal and dairy products such as red meat, butter, cheese, and whole milk. Unsaturated fats remain liquid at room temperature, and they mainly come from plant sources. Okay? Unsaturated fats lower cholesterol levels and are considered healthier than saturated fats. And they come from vegetable oils, nuts, avocados, and olives. So vitamins. Vitamins are substances needed in small quantities to help regulate body functions. Okay, vitamins keep your immune system in top shape. They help produce white blood cells to fight infections, and they maintain the health of your brain, bones, and heart. Okay? Because our bodies cannot produce enough of vitamins we should get our vitamins from food sources. Here we have minerals. Minerals are elements needed in small quantities for forming healthy bones and teeth and for regulating certain body processes. Calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium help build strong bones and teeth. Okay, iron plays a vital role in making red blood cells. And of course, adequate potassium levels help cells function efficiently. Potassium also helps to regulate heartbeat and encourage normal muscle contraction, regulate kidney function, and promote normal body growth. So, I mean, potassium is a big deal, right? And the last but not least is water, okay? Water is a nutrient that is vital to your life and health. It makes up over half of your body and serves many important functions. Water transports nutrients through your body. It helps you digest food, lubricates your joints, removes waste, and helps regulate body temperature. Notice I said water, not Monsters, not Pepsi, okay, not Bing, none of that stuff. Just drink plain old water, okay? You got to stay hydrated. Okay. Fiber, the part of fruits, vegetables, grains, and beans that your body cannot digest. Okay. Fiber helps move food particles through your digestive system. Eating high fiber foods may help lower your risk of certain types of cancer and reduce your risk of heart disease. Okay. Foods that are high in fiber include whole grain breads, cereals, fruits and vegetables, and then dry beans and peas. And we just talked about that. It helps digestion, helps you your body to expel that waste. Cholesterol, a waxy substance used by the body to build cells and hormones and protect nerve fibers. Now, I suffer from high cholesterol. It's hereditary, not from the food that I eat. So you need to check out your family history, ask your parents, your grandparents, if they suffer from, high cholesterol or low blood sugar, anything like that, because odds are it's going to fall on you also. Okay. There are different types of cholesterol. The bad cholesterol, or LDL, okay, that's the one that can cause heart attack or stroke. That's the one my brother-in-law who suffered a heart attack with 100% blockage in his arteries leading to the heart. Okay? Blood couldn't get through. Heart was pumping really, really hard. Okay? That's how heart attacks occur. Okay? So in the Army, if you guys join any of the services, they're going to do a blood test on you to see what your cholesterol level is, your sugars, all of that stuff. Okay? I have to have it done by the VA once a year to get my blood checked with the labs, and then it tells me whether or not it's just a snapshot of how well I'm doing. Now, you see the good cholesterol, HDL, it can lower the bad cholesterol levels or lower LDL. HDL is higher density lipoprotein, and LDL is lower density lipoproteins, okay? You'll see some of the foods that are good cholesterol are nuts, fatty fish, olive oil, okay? And you see this down here, regular aerobic activity can raise the good one, the good cholesterol and help prevent that the bad cholesterol. Okay, so once again, you got to be in physically good shape, and it'll help your body regulate some of the bad stuff that comes in. Doesn't mean that you can eat a bunch of crappy food all the time and then work out like a banshee. You can't do it. Your body eventually will break down, so don't think that you can. Believe me, I tried. Okay. Hidden fats, man. Oh my gosh. Okay. Fats added to processed and fast foods. By the way, you guys know that when you go into a fast food restaurant, you can ask for the nutrition values of each food that's listed on there, and you'll notice now they'll put up just the total calories of each item on the menu, which I like, okay, because it should help make healthier choices for you. Okay, people don't realize that if you get a large chicken salad and you throw all the salad dressing and cheese and everything on, pretty soon you've got a salad that's over 2,000 calories, whereas a giant double cheeseburger is only like 900 calories. So you see the difference, right? They trick you into thinking that, oh, salad is healthy. It is, to a point. You just got to be smart about it. That's how they, these companies are devious and they just want your money. Repeat customer. Okay? The hidden fats are trans fatty acids or trans fats are artificial fats made when hydrogen gas reacts with oil. These artificial fats are found in many cookies, crackers, icing, chips, margarine, microwave popcorn. That microwave popcorn is the one that I love. Ugh. And then they pose a higher risk of heart disease than saturated fats because they're man-made. Right? They not only raise the LDL cholesterol levels, they also deplete the high density or HDL in the cholesterol. So they're just, terrible. It sucks, man. Hidden sugar, okay? I'm addicted to sugar. I'm not afraid to admit it. But I know it, okay? But I have a year-old grandson, so the food that we have to give him, we have to be careful on what we give him because I don't want him eating all that hidden sugar. It's needless, okay? Here's the average American eats about 100 pounds of sugar a year. 100 pounds. Okay? Go to the gym and put 100 pounds on the bar. That's how much sugar you're going to eat the whole year. Okay? Sugar occurs naturally, though, in fruit and milk, and it does provide some good food energy when it's not in moderate amounts. But unfortunately, we like to eat it in everything. Soft drinks, cookies, candy, breakfast cereal, ketchup, even spaghetti sauce. So really, when my son was diagnosed with diabetes, it made me look at all these labels and see some of the stuff that I bought had the hidden sugar effect. There was some spaghetti sauce that I was buying that had over 20 grams of sugar in it. That's ridiculous, That's how they get you to come back and keep buying the same stuff. They want you addicted to sugar. Okay. So, and it is difficult to identify sugars in processed food because they call it by something else. You see this anhydrous dextrose. What the heck, What is that word, right? Brown sugar. I don't know why they just don't say sugar, but they got to say brown sugar to make it seem like it's better. Cane crystals, cane sugar, this corn syrup, corn sweetener, corn syrup solids, crystal dextrose, evaporated cane juice, fructose sweetener, okay? Fruit juice concentrates, high fructose corn syrup. Still can't figure out how you're going to get sugar out of corn, but they do. Honey, liquid fructose malt syrup. A lot of words for sugar, right? A lot of words. Here's another one. I love salt. Okay. Helps control the balance of fluids in the body. You need sodium, okay, but not to the amount that an average person eats every year. Okay, salt occurs naturally. Right? It's used extensively in the processed foods, right? So that frozen dinner. Look at the sodium content of a serving. You know, if it's 500 milligrams or higher, man, it's really bad. Okay. You can make recipes and mimic salt with certain types of spices. Okay. But the American Heart Association recommends you do not consume more than 1,500 milligrams of sodium per day. I guarantee you that most of us get more than that, probably triple that in a day. Right? Too much sodium can cause high blood pressure and fluid retention. I watched a 38-year-old captain die from high blood pressure because of his salt intake. It's pretty amazing. He looked like he was in shape too, but that's just appearances. Caffeine, yeah, the wonder drug. I know you guys all love you some caffeine. It stimulates the nervous system. Okay, it can become habit forming. Sure can. It's an ingredient in energy drinks, cola, other soft drinks, coffee, tea, and chocolate. Okay. Caffeine stimulates the heart rate and the appetite. It can perk you up, but then it makes you feel drowsy so that you want more. For this reason, it's best to limit your intake of products containing caffeine. Okay. And there you see what it's in there. By the way, I can't have a lot of caffeine because my heart is affected by it really bad. All right, so where do nutritionists recommend that 45 to 65% of your daily calories come from? That's right, you guessed it, carbohydrates. Okay, all that bad word, I'm on a low carb diet or a no carb diet. Okay, whatever, your body needs carbohydrates to live. Okay. Which type of fats are found mostly in animal dairy products such as red meat, butter, cheese, and whole milk? That's right, you guessed it, saturated fats. Okay. Which type of fats come mainly from plant sources, including vegetable oils, nuts, avocados, and oils? And olives. That's right, unsaturated fats, the good type of fat that you need to increase your consumption of versus saturated. What makes up over half of your body and serves many important functions? That's right, water. Vitamin A promotes healthy skin and normal vision. What are good sources for this vitamin? Boom, dark green leafy vegetables like kale. I love kale. What mineral is needed to build strong bones and teeth? That's right, calcium. Which type of fat poses a higher risk of heart disease? That's right, that trans fat. Okay, that's the one that's man-made. Which nutrient helps control the balance of fluids in the body? That's right, sodium or salt. Okay, so think about how to know what's in the foods you're eating. Now we're going to go into nutrition labeling. In the old days, we didn't have this label, and they just slapped what the ingredients were in there, and that was it. Nowadays, at least all the labels are a lot easier or provide more information for you. Okay. All right, so any ingredients on a label, it's listed in the order of the most used ingredient. So here you have sugar as the number 2. Okay, so that means that is the number 2 most used ingredient in whatever this is. Okay, judging from distributed by Kellogg's sales, we got milled corn, hydrogenated coconut. This is some type of cereal. And obviously some type of cereal that's not good for you, okay? It's probably like corn pops. They used to be called sugar pops, but they took the word sugar out of the label or the title, called it corn pops. They didn't change the way they made it, so they wanted to make it sound like it was healthier, okay? All right, so in the nutrition facts, right, you have your serving size, okay? Serving size, 1 box. So, and then you have your calories from fat, 100 calories per serving, right? Then a chart that compares the food to the percent of the recommended daily amount of a nutrient provided. See the sodium, 95 milligrams, it's only 4%. Not bad. Down here, 8 grams of sugar. Your dietary fiber, 2 grams, 9%. You want to eat more foods that are higher in fiber. And then you see 1 grams of protein. All of this is based on 2,000 calories per day. Okay. Now we have a food may contain 12% of the recommended daily allowance for fat, but if it gets 72 calories from fat and the total calories are 230, this is a high-fat food. More than 1/3 of its calories are from fat. Okay, you see that? There's 230 calories here. You have 72%. It tells you that there's 8 grams of fat. Okay, that's 12% of this is fat. Okay, that's food is high in fat. Okay. You also need to understand down here, okay, that's 2,000 calories. Okay, the footnote in the lower part of the nutrition label tells you percentage of daily values is based on 2,000 calorie diet. This statement must be on all labels. The entire footnote may not be there if the package is too small. However, all labels must contain the first line after the asterisk. Okay. Okay, so I want you to read Making Wise Food Choices and Finding Your Food Exercise Balance in your student text. It goes over a balance of your calories, how many should be in a 2,000 calorie diet, what's the percentage should be vegetables, fruits, grains, and protein, and then dairy. Okay. Some of the things that you can do are balance your calories, just talked about that. Enjoy your food, but eat less. Okay. Take the time to enjoy it. Avoid oversized portions. They say if you use a smaller plate or bowl, you're not going to eat as much. It helps you portion out your food. Okay, eat some foods more often. Always try to eat more vegetables, fruits, and whole grains. Make half your plate fruits and vegetables. Okay, almost half of your supper, dinner should be fruits or vegetables. Okay, switch to fat-free or low-fat milk. Okay, make half your grains whole grains instead of the white bread. Get a whole grain bread. Okay. Always look at your sodium in the foods, and then drink water instead of sugary drinks. Okay. All right, true or false, the ingredients on food labels are listed in alphabetical order. Okay, we know that's false. Okay, it's listed in the percentage that it is in that food. The nutrition facts label clearly identifies foods as high fat or low fat. That is false. By the way, I take, for instance, gummy bears. We all know that that's just pure sugar, amongst other things. But they list them as fat-free food. Yeah, it is. There's no fat in them, but it's all sugar, so it's still unhealthy. They just try to trick you to think it is. If you're making wise food choices based on Choose My Plate, and that's a website, you'll fill over half of your plate with fruits and vegetables. All right, so let's think about analyzing the nutrients in different foods. All right, so now we're going to go to exercise number 3. How much sugar? Yeah. Do you know how much sugar you consume when you grab a quick drink or snack? The following table lists the amount of sugar in grams that you might find in several popular foods. Look at that, 42 grams in a 12-ounce soda. Okay. This fruit punch drink, 27 grams. Oh, chocolate candy bar, 40. Okay, you just go through it. Then you need to answer these questions, right? Review your answers with the class. All right, so now we're going to go into exercise number 4. Okay, so this is read the ingredients and nutritional information below, then answer the questions. So you see all these ingredients. Here's the nutrient info. Here's that calories. Okay, you need to answer these questions based upon, here's food number 2. Okay, food 3, and food 4, and food 5. Wow. Okay, so a lot of them to do, 5 of them. And then your reflection questions. What surprised you most about the answers to the 2 exercises you completed? Hopefully you weren't too surprised and you knew this stuff already. Okay? Have you read food labels in the past? Most people don't even look at them. Okay, I do. All right, so think about the changes you want to make in your eating habits. All right, so here we have, you read this informational sheet, number 1. This is the informational sheet, okay? And then you want to do exercise number 5. Okay, this is evaluate your nutrition, review what you wrote on exercise 1 and your favorite foods. From what you learned about good nutrition and healthy eating habits, rate yourself from 0 to 10 on how well you currently follow the 10 tips for healthy eating. Use the notes column to list changes you want to make in your eating habits. Use this exercise as part of the performance assessment task. Okay, so rate yourself on how you balance your calories, all these things, answer them. Right? Then the performance assessment task. You fill that out and answer the question. Let me see what it is here. For some reason, here it is. And here's the performance assessment task. So really, this number 2 is what I want you to answer. Okay. Okay, now we're going to get into some questions here. Appetite is, remember? That's right, the psychological desire for food. You smell that popcorn and you want it. You smell those cookies being baked, you want them. Okay. A measure of the energy in food is, that's right, calories. Okay. Blank are the sugars and starches that provide your body with most of its energy. That's right, carbohydrates. Okay. A waxy substance used by the body to build cells and hormones and to protect nerve fibers is, that's right, cholesterol. Blank are substances that help control fluid levels and maintain normal potassium levels in the body. That's right, electrolytes. Blank are small units that make up protein that the body cannot make. They must come from the food you eat. That's right, essential amino acids. The physical need for food is called, that's right, hunger, not appetite. Hydration is providing enough water to maintain a correct fluid balance. Always got to stay hydrated. Legumes are part of are a group of vegetables that includes beans, peas, and lentils. Right? Substances in food that your body needs are called, that's right, nutrients. Obese means very overweight. Protein is a nutrient your body uses to build, repair, and maintain cells and tissues. Fats that are solid at room temperature are saturated fat. Blank are artificial fats made when hydrogen gas reacts with oil. That's right, trans fats, the really bad one. Unsaturated fats are fats that are liquid at room temperature. They also come from nuts, beans, okay? Olive oil. All right, so the essential question, how can you improve your nutrition, okay? Thank you for your time.